because today we are going on a very special quest. Are you ready? Great. First, I want you to meet my friend, Leo. Leo is the best adventurer in the whole wide world. And do you know why? Well, a big reason is that he has the biggest, shiniest, most important tool an adventurer can have. His Super Seeker Compass. Now, you might be thinking you've seen a compass before. A normal compass just points north. A little boring, right? But Leo's compass is different. It doesn't point north. It points straight to Vienta. It's led him to whispering waterfalls and candy-colored caves. But lately, it's been acting a little strange. A little winky. Just this morning, Leo woke up with a feeling of pure excitement. He was absolutely sure that today was the day he would finally find the legendary Giggle Gem. This wasn't just any old jewel. The Giggle Gem is so bright and so magical, it makes everyone who sees it burst into happy laughter. It's the ultimate treasure.
So, Leo held up his Super Seeker compass, its golden case gleaming in the morning sun.
He whispered to it, "Which way to the Giggle Gem? Old friend." The needle started to spin, faster and faster. What is it? Spun around once, twice, 3 times, and then it stopped. But it wasn't pointing to a mysterious mountain or a hidden cove.
It was pointing directly at Mrs. Higgins' garden shed. Leo blinked.
Ha!
He said out loud, "That's not where the Giggle Gem is."
That's just where Mrs. Higgins keeps her muddy boots and rusty garden tools. He felt a little disappointed. A garden shed? That wasn't much of an adventure. But an adventurer always follows his compass, even a wanky one. So, grumbling under his breath, Leo started walking. When he got to the shed, he saw Mrs. Higgins. She was huffing and puffing, trying to lift a very, very heavy bag of potting soil. Her face was all red, and she looked really tired. "Oh, this silly bag," she puffed. "It weighs a ton."
Leo didn't even think about it.
His adventurer instincts took over. He rushed forward, his hands reached out, and whoop, he lifted the bag with one big effort and placed it right where she needed it. "Oh, thank you, Leo. You're a lifesaver. You saved my poor old back." She cheered, giving him a big, warm smile.
As Leo smiled back, he felt a little spark of warmth light up inside his chest.
It was a nice feeling. That wasn't treasure, he thought to himself. But it felt pretty good. He pulled out his compass again, feeling a bit more hopeful. "Okay."
Super Seeker, he said with confidence. Let's try this again.
"Now, where is that Giggle Gem?" The compass needle
Went wild.
It spun and spun and spun again. This time, it stopped and pointed straight across the park, right at the big, lonely, squeaky swing set. A swing set.
Leo groaned. "I already know where that is."
What kind of adventure is this? He stomped his feet a little, feeling very confused, but he headed over anyway. When he got there, he saw what the fuss was about.
A tiny squirrel was chattering nervously on the ground beneath the big blue swing.
One of the chains was broken. It was rusted and stuck, and the little squirrel couldn't climb up to get the acorn it had hidden there.
Leo smiled.
Every good adventurer has a tiny wrench in their backpack for just these kinds of emergencies. He pulled out his special wrench, and with a few twists and a little bit of adventurer strength, he fixed the chain in a jiffy.
The swing was good and smooth.
The happy squirrel zoomed right up the chain, grabbed its precious acorn, and then turned to Leo and gave him a tiny, happy salute before scurrying away.
And there it was again. That same warm spark, but this time it felt a little bigger, a little brighter, at his compass. A garden shed.
A broken swing. He was starting to get an idea.
The compass wasn't broken at all! It wasn't pointing him to gold or jewels. It was pointing to help. It was leading him to all the places where a little bit of kindness was needed the most. Just as he had that thought, the compass needle went absolutely wild. It spun more frantically than ever before. It pointed past the tall oak trees, over the sparkly river, and deep into the whispery woods. Now this felt like a real adventure. His heart pounding with a new kind of excitement, Leo raced into the woods, following the dancing needle. He ran deeper and deeper, until he found a little cave tucked behind a curtain of moss. And inside, sitting all alone, was not a glittering treasure chest, but a creature. It was fluffy and purple, with 3 tiny, sparkly horns,
And it was sniffing sadly, tears welling up in its big, gentle eyes. It was holding a puffed bubble blower.
"Oh no!" cried Leo. He didn't need to look at his compass to know this was important. That looks like a real emergency.
He didn't hesitate.
He knew exactly what to do. He reached into his adventure pack and pulled out a brand new mega bubble blower he'd been saving for a special occasion. He gently handed it to the little purple creature. The creature's sad sniffles slowly turned into little hiccups and then into bubbly giggles. It took the new bubble blower, and together they started blowing the biggest, happiest bubbles the Whispery Woods had ever seen. The bubbles floated up through the trees, catching the light like floating rainbows. They played and laughed until the sun started to set, painting the sky orange and, of course, purple. As the day came to an end, Leo looked down at his super secret compass one last time. The needle wasn't spinning anymore.
It wasn't pointing anywhere else.
It was perfectly still, pointing directly at his own chest, right where his heart was beating. And in that moment, Leo finally understood everything. His compass wasn't broken, and it was never really wanky. It was just pointing him towards something better than treasure. It was pointing him toward kindness, towards helping others, and most importantly, towards true friendship. He realized that the greatest treasure in the whole wide world isn't something you find in a hidden box. It is the warmth you feel in your heart when you share a bubble and make a new friend. So, what do you think, adventurers? The world is full of treasures, and the best ones are the friends we make and the help we share along the way. Now, who's ready for our next adventure? Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next quest. See you soon!